Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are breaking down a blueprint for what could be a total game changer, especially for small business owners. We're going to take a look at a plan to build a truly specialized AI assistant. So let's kick things off with a scenario that I bet feels super familiar, especially if you're running a restaurant, a cafe, or some kind of shop. It's that constant, never-ending flood of DMs and texts asking the very same questions day in and day out. Hey, are you open right now? Do you have this in stock? Can I book a table for two? It can get completely overwhelming, right? Well, this blueprint we're looking at today, it offers a really powerful, really elegant solution to that exact problem. And we're not talking about some generic off-the-shelf chatbot. We're talking about a highly customized AI assistant built from the ground up to serve your specific business. All right, let's dive into our first section here, the emergence of a new AI assistant. And I love the subtitle here, because the whole idea is to think of this thing as your absolute best employee. You know, the most efficient, knowledgeable, and tireless team member you could possibly imagine. And this is so important to get. We're not talking about a plan for some simple pre-programmed chatbot with canned responses. No, this is a blueprint for a sophisticated tool built on GPT-based generative AI, and it has one crystal clear purpose: to help your small business thrive. Okay, so a great idea is one thing, but who's it actually for? This next section, Target Food and Retail, answers that question perfectly. Let's take a quick look at the who and the where. You know, this business plan is really hyper-focused. It's not trying to be everything to everybody. The target audience is the very backbone of our local economies, the owners of restaurants, cafes, and retail shops. These are the businesses that are just swamped with a high volume of customer interactions every single day. And this part? This is absolutely key. The assistant doesn't make your customers download some new app or go visit a clunky website. Nope, it integrates directly into the communication channels they are already using all the time, things like Kaakaotalk and Instagram DMs. It meets them right where they are, which is just brilliant. All right, let's talk about the tech that makes all this tick. This section calls it the Core Tech RAG plus LLM. Now, it might sound a little complex, but the idea behind it is actually incredibly simple and super effective. This really is the secret sauce. This analogy of an open book exam is honestly the perfect way to get your head around the technology. Just picture the AI as this incredibly brilliant student, but there's one very specific rule: all of its answers have to come from the textbook you give it, and that textbook is your business data. So let's really unpack that. RAG, that stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation. Sounds complicated, right? But all it really means is the system retrieves information from your business's own knowledge base, your menu, your store hours, your reservation policy, before the large language model, the LLM, generates an answer. This is what stops the AI from just making things up or pulling generic answers off the internet. It means the responses are always accurate and always specific to you. So check this out. Here's how it works in the real world. A customer messages you, "Hey, do you guys have any gluten-free pasta options?" Instantly, the system finds the right section of your menu data. Then, the AI uses that exact information to craft a supernatural, helpful reply, like, "Yes, we do. We have a wonderful gluten-free penne that you can substitute in any of our pasta dishes." And it does it all in just a couple of seconds. All right, now that we've got the how down, let's get to the really fun part, which this section covers: key features of the AI assistant. The business plan lays out a whole suite of really powerful tools. First off, it's your round-the-clock customer service agent. Just imagine never having to personally answer another late-night DM about your hours or your location or your return policy. The assistant takes care of all of it, day or night, so you can actually focus on running your business. It's also a marketing powerhouse, working for you behind the scenes. The system can automatically send out personalized messages to your customer list, maybe announcing a flash sale or a new seasonal dish or a special event. It drives engagement and sales, even while you sleep. For restaurants, wow, this is a total game changer. It basically acts as a smart reservation system, managing all your bookings directly through DMs. It can check your real-time availability and confirm appointments automatically. You don't have to lift a finger. And for retail shops, think of it as your inventory guru. When a customer asks, "Do you have this shirt in a size medium?" the AI can check your livestock data and shoot back an accurate, instant answer. That could save a sale you might have otherwise missed. The plan doesn't just stop with text, which is really cool. It also proposes integrated voice support, so customers can just speak their questions out loud. This makes the assistant way more accessible for people who are on the go or maybe just prefer not to type everything out. And finally, it's your own personal data analyst. By tracking and summarizing every single interaction, it gives you incredibly valuable insights. You can instantly see what your most frequently asked questions are, identify when your peak inquiry times are, and even spot trends in what your customers are searching for. So look, this whole proposal isn't just about some cool, flashy tech. As this last section shows, the strategy for success is about building a real business. It's grounded in a solid plan for how to actually compete and win in the market. The blueprint makes it super clear that any real plan needs these three things. First, you have to do a deep dive with a competitor analysis to know what other solutions are even out there. Second, you've got to benchmark against the industry leaders to set your own targets for performance. And third, and this is critical, you have to study existing success stories, both at home and abroad, to learn from what they did right and what they did wrong. So at the end of the day, what does this whole process give you? It delivers one thing: a clear, concise, and totally actionable summary. It's the foundation that empowers an entrepreneur to take these ideas and confidently build out their own comprehensive business plan. And that really leaves us with one last question, a big one to think about. If you could actually automate all your customer service, your marketing, your reservations with an intelligent assistant that truly gets your business, what would you do with all that time you got back? What new future could unfold for you?